Then God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God he created them. Male and female he created them. God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, and over every living creature that moves on the ground."
Did you know 76% of the people experiencing crisis levels of acute food insecurity are affected by climate extremes?
Did you know by 2030, 5 billion people are expected to be affected by water scarcity caused by climate change? Climate change is not just a future problem. It is currently happening in our world today. Climate change can impact our society in many different ways. Some ways including droughts, flooding, and severe weather. Drought can cause food shortages and an increased death rate. Flooding can carry diseases and cause different sicknesses. Lastly, severe weather causes destruction and death.
As the population of Earth increases, so does the demand for food and agriculture. With the changing planet, the demand becomes harder to meet. Scientists say the impact of climate change, higher temperatures, extreme weather, droughts, increasing levels of carbon dioxide, and sea level rise threaten to decrease the quantity and jeopardize the quality of our food supplies.
Today's climate and environmental crises affect every aspect of people's lives, from physical and mental health to food, water, and livelihoods. While these crises affect everyone, those hit hardest are the poorest and most marginalized communities.
People living through conflict frequently talk about the massive environmental changes they are witnessing. Their daily lives are made more difficult not only by the violence they experience, but also by a changing climate and environment. These people are often ill prepared for repeated climate hazards.
The Sisters of Mercy write, "We work to sustain all life by caring for Earth's ecosystems, addressing climate change, advocating for the right to clean water, and committing to ecological conservation."
By volunteering with Friends of the Wissahickon, we lift out the critical concern for Earth by actively caring for local ecosystems. Removing invasive species and maintaining gardens help to protect native biodiversity and preserve the health of our shared environment. This hands-on service reflects a commitment to ecological justice and responsible stewardship of God's creation.
The CST theme of caring for creation underlines that we are called to protect people and the planet, living our faith in relationship with all of God's creation.
Rights and Responsibilities emphasizes that every person has basic human rights, and with those rights come the duty to protect the rights and dignity of others and work for the common good.
Climate change disproportionately harms people of economic disadvantage and those who are vulnerable, those with the fewest resources to adapt. The value of solidarity, which is incredibly central to the gospel, is being replaced by individualism and short-term self-interest.
The gospel calls us to radical care, not just for people, but for all of God's creation. Responding to climate change is a form of loving our neighbor, especially those who are vulnerable to change, future generations, and non-human creation.
And whether you want to call it your DNA, your spirit, your religion, your culture, just whatever you want to call it, each one of us and that's every human, everywhere on the planet, there are two basic things that feed our souls, that feed our humanity. And that's to be with nature and to be with each other. And when you're with each other in nature, that's the best.
It's not a priority. So here's the problem, until climate change and the earth is a priority, nothing's going to change.
In our interview with Ms. Chard, we also learned food deserts are increasing due to rising food prices in marginalized communities. Farmers are heavily affected by climate change because of the fluctuating temperatures and weather events. Sea level rising, wildfires, floods, and more caused forced migration and displacement. Low-income people will not be able to or afford to survive. Climate change directly relates to poverty and health. Education is affected since many countries cannot afford heating or AC for kids during unbearable temperatures. Climate change shouldn't be a political issue when it's a basic survival. We were able to take deliberate action on the critical concern of Earth, focusing on climate change, by going to the Friends of the Wissahickon Park for a day of service. During our service, we removed invasive plants around various parts of the park. This connects with the critical concern of Earth because while doing the service, we were also able to see some of the effects of climate change on the park and its plants and wildlife, while helping to reduce the efforts of climate change. By clearing invasive species, we supported the health of native plants, which play a vital role in capturing carbon, regulating local temperatures, and sustaining the ecosystem. This meaningful action reminded us that climate justice starts with local care, and that protecting natural spaces is essential for the well-being of both the planet and for future generations.
In Chapter 7, Care for Creation, Aaron Brigham states, "The Catholic Church's teachings on care for creation reveals a concern for how environmental destruction affects human life, particularly the lives of the most vulnerable."
Now here's the thing, you talking about it is the first step, and this is what's really important about what you guys are doing right now.
So we invite you to acknowledge the environmental issues today, such as pollution, urbanization, climate change, and more. Use your voice and knowledge to speak out against these issues. Inform others about the adverse effects of anthropogenic actions in our environment today. The more we speak out, and the more aware society becomes about global issues, easier it is to make a lasting impact.
Of my eye, girl, I never loved one